Having looked at Hadoop streaming, Hadoop MapReduce, basics of HDFS, the architecture and everything, we in this video we'll be looking at some tools that help us to use or leverage Hadoop better. So I had mentioned in earlier videos that at the core Hadoop is just HDFS and MapReduce. Everything else is an add-on or a utility to help you get more out of Hadoop, to help you get more analytics out of the data that you have stored on Hadoop or HDFS. So this video will just try to introduce or talk about the need or necessity for why we need a higher level language to be able to mine data. So Hadoop is obviously great for large data processing, but then MapReduce can get complicated, and then writing Java programs is not for everyone also, because everyone will not be knowing or well versed in Java. There will be some people who are just, who know basics of SQL or basics of querying. There will be some who are data analysts who don't even know SQL, so they need probably an English-like kind of interface or language. So you need some higher level data processing languages to be able to leverage this platform or technology. In this course we'll be talking about two. One of them is called Hive and the other is called Pig for the masterclass course. So Hive is very similar to HQL. It's called Hive Query Language. The query language for Hive is called Hive Query Language, and Pig is very similar to procedural programming, and it's very English-like. So both of them are intuitive and easy to understand, so that people who don't know much of Java or programming can use them. The Pig's language is called as Pig Latin, and Hive's language is called as HQL. 1 minute detail on both of them. So Hive is a data warehousing layer over Hadoop. So what it means is that your Hive is your structured data on Hadoop in a way. So your data warehousing layer of Hadoop. The language is HQL, which is a variant of SQL, so it's very similar to SQL. You create tables in Hive, and that data is stored in HDFS on HDFS as flat files. Hive was developed by Facebook, and it's open source now. There are various releases and all that, and new features being added after with every release. Pig, on the other hand, was developed by Yahoo. So Pig and Yahoo serve the same purpose, but there are some differences and there are some nuances. Pig is more like script driven, and you write English-like statements one after the other to get your job done. The language that Pig scripts are written is called Pig Latin, which is like a data flow language. A data flow language is something which is run in phases, so your data transforms from one phase to another phase, and that flows from one phase to another phase. These things will become clearer when we look at Pig examples. But the common idea is that you provide a higher level language to facilitate large scale data processing. Eventually, both these Hive and Pig scripts and languages and code that you write using these tools compiles down to MapReduce jobs. So everything internally then, basically there are code generators that generate MapReduce jobs that run on the cluster. So having looked at it, let's look at Hive first, and then we'll look at Pig.